I am in a rock pose. I am like Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. I'm working intently on my root, or not my root chakra. I worked on root chakra yesterday. I'm working on the sacral chakra. Lots of things have come up, lots of things have occurred for me on a totally out of this world level that I can only share, like, I don't know, with some people. I'm like over it. Okay, so this is what, it's all going to make sense right now. I have been having visions of Pleasantville. Now, I'm not sure if you've seen the movie, but I personally feel like I am Reese Witherspoon in Pleasantville, here on this earth. And it just keeps cracking me up because all of these things keep making sense. And so the movie itself is a TV show. It's based on a TV show. It's all black and white, and then they're having all full-on rerun, and the one guy is obsessed with this show. He gets dragged into the show out of real life. He gets dragged into the TV show that is all black and white, like 60s. And his sister, who is Reese Witherspoon, is also dragged in there, and she wanted to party. She didn't want to watch this stupid show. They ended up fighting, right? And they threw the TV remote, or broke the TV remote. It doesn't matter. And so now they're both in Pleasantville, and Tobey Maguire is like wanting everything to be exactly like it should be. Don't mess with anything. This is these people's lives. Everything needs to stay the same. And she's like, whatever, right? Like, this is bullshit. So she starts teaching all these people about pleasure. And remember, it's in black and white. And so as she's taught them pleasure, or they've experienced a sense of pleasure that's been kept from them, that was always there, but it's been kept from them. They've been muted. They've been black and white. They start to turn color. They start to turn into color. And it's the light. She brings pleasure and the light and life. And it's quite amazing to use as an analogy. How many people are like thinking that this is the way it has to be? You have to have anxiety. You have to work the 9 to 5. Like, everything that has been told to us that everyone is living as a society is like the freaking black and white. Everything's still the same. The school system's still the same. The same. Well, ever since, we woke up a little bit from the pandemic, nothing is the same. And you still have those black and white people, right, who are muted, who still want it to be the same. And then you have the people over here who are like, they got to taste the pleasure. They got to taste of what life could be like. How delightful their body, their life, everything could actually be. And so now we have such a disconnect. We have the new generation that's coming up, and the old generation that's wanting to still have things the same. You know, you sit in school and you do this in school. That's what I did in school, and we did this, and that's what I did. And you have the new generations like, the last thing I want to do is what you're doing or what you did. And now they have no support. They have no guidance because they're on a path that is not paved. But they're not going back. These people will eventually have to catch up, but you can no longer look to them for any answers. And that is when you start to look inside. And I know it just is so cliche. All the answers are within you. And it takes being present. But here's the thing. So we have this perception of and physical feelings of anxiety. This is real. Those are real. But they're actually things from within you trying to get your attention. And because you're trying to live in, old muted blah 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 world, you're now like, nervous system is out of whack. It wants more. You're being drugged to same old, and it's growing, it's evolving. You have mentally grown and evolved, but yet your physical body has not. It is not even able to handle the thoughts that you think. And so then you have anxiety. And the one thing that happens when you have anxiety is the last thing you want to do is have anxiety. The first thing you want to do is have it go away. The last thing you want to do is to feel it. And anything we resist persists. So as I am in a session today with my coach and we're working things out and everything is great and grand, and then I go to, I just be, I allow, and then things come to me. And so what was coming to me is like, oh, this, of course, as well as what else am I resisting? As many times as I do that, it still takes conscious work to ask myself, what am I resisting? Which I do incorporate this into Strength Day with my Shapeshifters membership, with the strategy behind the HIIT Sweat Sesh workouts, is because we focus Strength Day on resistance. And what is resistance, and why should we go towards resistance and recognize resistance? But and yes, we can feel it in our body, but where else and what else are we being resistant to? And I know there's something for me, otherwise I wouldn't have that question pop up, and I just leave it. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Oh, it'll drop in like that. As soon as I start to resist it, I'll be like, that's it. All right, let's go to work. And now this is where the work occurs on the nervous system. I have to go survive whatever it is that I don't want to do. And the only reason why I don't want to do it is because over here in my conditioning and my reptilian brain, the old thinking, I'm telling myself, don't do it. It's not safe. And not safe is just something different. Your reptilian brain is like fires, alert, alert. She wants to do something different. Let's resist, resist, resist. So we stay in the old. And then, oh my God, from there, the anxiety comes up even more. And then what do? You create busyness around you so you don't have to feel or listen. And if you felt and listened, you would understand that those things are where the pleasure is. And so we are muting our pleasure. We are muting our light because we are resisting. But it's not a joke. Anxiety isn't a joke. Anxiety is the furthest thing from a joke. But as I have worked with the different realms and the Sirians, and I can't even tell you 10 things about the Sirians, okay? So don't ask me and don't question me because I don't have time to question me either. But the Sirians, told me, and Sekhmet is the goddess, it's quite interesting. So, over in Sirius and whatever is going on, it's like, oh, I can't handle this. And Sekhmet's like, get over here. And she just like threw me in her body and was like, this is abundance. This is power. This is how you should be feeling. What? Like that just blew my flipping mind. And from there, yes, all of the things I've done, and yes, what's in my brain has led me to this, and being even to able to create this, whatever. That doesn't matter. What matters is yes, I've worked with the nervous system. Yes, I'm highly educated on the nervous system. Yes, had debilitating anxiety. Yes, I decided to feel my feelings and free fall into anxiety, and that was the scariest thing I could have ever done in my whole life. And if you don't have a support system as you start to free fall through anxiety, it's going to be really hard for you to stay in the moment of the real of the brain, because it is so powerful. And I am telling you, my anxiety, I loved it. I didn't want to give up my anxiety. I freaking, after I had a couple anxiety attacks, went to a psychologist, did some cognitive work. Of course, I'm, so smart. Like, she says it's going to take me 10 sessions. I'm going to be out of here in 5. And literally didn't show up after the third one because I was able to mute it just enough where I could still have it and no one else had to know how bad it was. It was mine. It was what I knew. It's not supposed to make sense. But how are you going to move past something that you really is part of you? It's part of your identity. I have anxiety. I can't do that. I have anxiety. I can't do that. I have an anxiety. Oh, sweet. Can't do that. Got anxiety. Right? So I had to fully own it. But through the chain of events, through the process of all the work I've done, work with anxiety, work with the brain, work with the nervous system, I was open to the world of Sirius and the Sirians, and continually tapping into what it is that they've created. So there are some things that I know about the Sirians, but I'm not going to talk about it. You can go do some research about what the Sirians created with the genomes and the genetics and where they're seeking to expand the human race and their responsibility in it. But it is not easy, because as I'm working on the sacral chakra and all of these things are happening for me, and I'm going off to La La Land with Hathor, but yet I'm still here, and I'm getting all of these downloads and all of these things. My human body is like, and my reptilian brain is like, no, that's not really happening. But because I'm too far gone, I am full of light, you can't get me back to black and white. You cannot get me back to Pleasantville way of life. And I'm telling you, I think that's kind of why I liked the movie so much too, is I was attracted to the housewife. I was attracted to taking care of my husband. Those things attracted me. But they also mute you. Not that they're bad, but there's more. And there is more for you to withstand. And that is when you start to intentionally choose to work on your nervous system. Intentionally choose to get a little curious. Are you a starseed? It's really hard to handle humans. And I'll never forget the day that I went through this experience. I had a presentation. This is not even that long ago. I had a presentation, and everybody's like, oh yeah, just do it and then you feel better. And it's like, I'm okay with doing stuff, and then I do it, and then I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I just did. I don't know what I exposed. I don't know how people are going to treat me now, because these are the things I talked about, and this is what I said. And I was so angry. I was so angry because it was channeled. And I was like, why? Why do I have to feel this way? Why is it me? Why am I chosen to do this BS mission, yada yada? I'm done. Want out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. I am so sick of this. This is so hard. I remember I was driving in a car. I can picture where I was. I can picture, I can feel and smell and taste, and it just, at that moment, it hit me. It was one more level that I really could understand why people choose to leave this earth. I ended up having so much honor and so much respect for their choice in I felt it in my body. I felt so misplaced. I felt there was nothing. I felt nothing. And in that moment, I knew, holy crap. I gotta find them. I gotta find the starseeds who, don't know what's going on with them, and they have anxiety, and they're quite confused, and they don't want to go on medication, and they know there's a different way, but they have no one to teach them. They have no one to guide them. They have no one to say, yes, you can time travel. Yeah, you can. Let me show you. Yes, you can be 17 again. Yes, we can go and shift and change whatever meaning you were making of life in that moment. We can shift and change your DNA. We cannot change the moment itself. I'm not saying that. But working with quantums and galactic and the no time, like there is no time. Okay? And because people are feeling anxious, because they're feeling lost, is because they're ready for this next level. So they get to move past the definition of anxiety. They get to move past what has been placed in their conditioning about themselves and anxiety and their future and anxiety. So that's what came up for me today. Stepping into the orange, and my beautiful friend Alicia, who transitioned to the other side in 2018, looked drop dead gorgeous in orange. Like, oh my God, it was so her color. Freaking hot, hot, hot. And when she did pass, I was seeing a lot of butterflies, and there's like 100 butterflies outside my window today. Monarchs, so they're orange, and yeah, of course, there's probably milkweed out there. Yeah, there's a field out there. Literally, hundreds of butterflies outside my window. That will make you go crazy if you allow it. Yeah. So that's what I got. That's my 2 cents. All right, bye.